This is a finishing needle. It's meant for sewing with yarn. I'm a machine knitter, which means I do a lot of hand sewing because the machine knits pieces flat instead of in the round like you can do by hand. So I feel like I have the right expertise to put this through its paces. These come in a bunch of different sizes. This is the biggest one and this is the smallest one. They are meant to be used in place of traditional tapestry needles like this one, which I use all the time. Metal tapestry needles come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and you can also get plastic ones in this same format. Okay, let's do a thing. These are really easy to thread because they come open and they flex. So I can just open it up and put the yarn through. Even the smallest finishing needle I can just wedge open and then put the yarn through. These are pretty good for mattress stitch. The needle does flex a little bit, so you can't put too much pressure on it. Where these really shine is when the tail is too short, like when you're about to lose yarn chicken. If you were to use a regular tapestry needle, you have to get it far enough away that you can get into the next section. And that can be tricky as the folded over tail gets shorter and shorter. Oh, and now my tail isn't long enough to be threaded on the needle and also go through the next section. Sometimes when I get to this point, I put the needle through the next section of mattress stitch and then rethread it. Oh, come on. Which is a whole other thing. But with the finishing needle, I can just thread it. And then I don't have to have the tail be at the opposite end of where the point is. The tail can be wherever it needs to be along the shaft of the needle, and I can go into the other side. And then instead of having to turn around and point the needle back to get into the other side, I can just go backwards and pull through. So there are some things that these tapestry needles do well, but they are not perfect by any means. Let me explain. These finishing needles are very pointy compared to their metal tapestry needle counterparts. See, this metal needle has a very blunt end, and this is actually fairly sharp, which means that it can easily split yarn and stitches, and it'll just go right through. In addition, there are some defects in the plastic manufacturing, so that we have barbs, plastic barbs on some of these needles. And that gets caught in the knit, and that's not good. So, they're not perfect, but I have some ideas on how to make this better. Hold on, let me get some tools. I think I can fix this barb problem with a nail file. I have nail files of different grits here. First, I'm going to try to get the barb off. Okay, the barb is gone, but the edge is still a little rough, so let's smooth it out on the finer grit. And you can probably do this with sandpaper too, but nail files are easy. And now, it's no longer snagging on the knit. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can make it more blunt so it doesn't split the stitches. Here is the blunt end. Here is the other end that I haven't filed down yet. Let's see. It's still splitting stitches, but it's not quite as bad. And it'll go through mattress stitches. Yeah, the other end still splits stitches very easily. And this, not as much. Okay, so the problems are fixable. It just takes some effort. I don't know if I can recommend these, given that they aren't really in good shape right out of the packaging. I think if you have trouble with mobility and you want a needle that's easier to thread, or maybe like for kids, who are working with crafty stuff, this might be a good option. Or like if you can't see the eye of a tapestry needle anymore, these would be a good choice. But to get them to really work well, they have to be modified with a nail file. But given that I paid about $6 for all of these, it's a decent option if it meets your needs. But I think there are just always going to be places where a metal tapestry needle is a better option, especially if you need to put a lot of pressure on something or you want a good experience out of the box. But these are going to stay in my arsenal of tools and come out when I need them. That's the end of this video. Have you ever used these? What do you think? Are they better? Are they worse than metal tapestry needles? What do you use them for compared to other tools? Let me know in the comments. If there are any other tools you want me to review, because I do a lot of knitting and a lot of sewing for knitting, let me know also in the comments. I'd like to thank channel members who make videos like this possible. If you'd like to become a channel member and support this channel, you can click the join button down below. All channel members get early access to new videos, and channel members at the mid-tier and higher get access to members-only videos that are like behind-the-scenes things and yarn unboxings and talking about upcoming projects. So if that's your thing, go check it out. Thanks for watching. Happy knitting. To find some place to take footage for the thumbnail, and that's not the right color. Okay, that's better contrast. We get better lighting. I got stuff behind me. There's too much busyness. Where could I go? That's not like super yellow. The door? Okay, I got cabinets over here, but they're yellow and they're gonna make me look a funky color. I have white walls in various places, but not like with enough space to actually, oh look, there's another knitting machine. Oh, maybe over here? This cabinet's white. Come on. Stepping over stuff on the floor. I got a mirror. And it's not, I'm gonna make faces. You have to make faces in thumbnails. Or people won't click on them. Oh my god, I don't like these backgrounds. You know what? I'm going to my backyard. We're doing this. The lighting was good over there, but I don't like the dappled effects. Go here? Okay, I think there's something in there.